Coming to Paris Photo is
it's a
not.
good time.
She is coming.
It's to be clean anyway.
See, that's the benefit. Like, it was one of my jury members a couple of years ago. He curates at Tate Modern. He had suggested for timing, why don't you do it at Paris, during the time of Paris Photo, when people will be in town.
Who is it?
Asebonsu. He's a young curator, he's early 30s. He does.
They have good curators in
Yeah. I met him at Jupon when he had curated.
Is he the one who died?
No, he's
No,
young.
okay.
He's
Okay, because
black.
there was a curator at Tate who died 2 years ago.
No, he's probably 33, 34, black, tall. And we met him together. It was was it at Avedon?
Yes.
No,
No,
it couldn't have been. It was much later. Because Avedon was
Avedon, I think, is a while ago.
2008. That was 2007.
So who do you work with in terms of institution for fashion? Like, do you work with Galliera or who are they? Who are your
No
who are your kind of?
No one. But it's the first
So you
edition.
could be a free.
I'm a free spirit. But it's the first time we have 15th edition. Now I have the endorsement, not money, but the endorsement of the Ministry of Culture. Which is
As would say in French, ça te fait une belle jambe.
Oui.
It's like, great.
because
Non, mais c'est important.
No, it's important.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean,
Yeah,
you could
money
do it.
would be
Yeah,
great.
anyway.
Because when I walked in,
It's like a label, yeah.
Exactly. Now you can use the logo.
Which is definitely useful. We like logos.
Yes. So logos with money is even better. it's not easy because that's not my forte. Looking for money. I'm more like
It's a
into
different
the
skill.
content. You know. It's
Do you know where you're going to do it already next year?
yeah. It's going to be at 35, 37.
You were saying sorry,
It'll be the third time. now.
Yes.
And it's funny because when we walked into, my president is a lawyer.
That's handy.
Yes, that's why he's my president. I actually met him through Marco, and he's great. He's just adorable, Emmanuel, as Mark. And he made the appointment with the Ministry of Culture. And when we walked in, Sylvain was very welcoming. He said, "But I hope you're not looking for money or visas." That was the
They're
first
so used to it.
That was the first thing out of his mouth. It was like,
Well, I like the straightforward.
Me too.
That's good. No waste of time.
Exactly.
So it's Rima that you met.
No, I met Sylvain Ami, who's like the right hand that deals with art restaurants. And I thought he was supposed to be like 15 minutes. We were there like almost 2 hours.
Good.
And
Yeah,
then
they always say this. They always say, you call a very short time, and then they enjoy it, and then they say hours. I don't know why they have to pretend that it's so busy.
it's part of the act. So then he had said, "Okay, I'll talk to her about the festival, blah blah blah." And I thought we were going to have a meeting, and then December 26th, in my mailbox, I had a letter from the Minister of Culture saying, that they believed in the project and they give their parrainage.
Very nice.
So I was very happy.
Which probably also it's a parrainage that will be ongoing. I guess,
certainly hope so. Yes,
It's probably.
and maybe it will gain and get some funding eventually. Who knows? But this is step one, and already, because when Emmanuel showed the pitch deck to, I'll send it to you, I'll give you the link privately. The woman that he talked to worked at the Ministry of Culture, she's not there anymore. And she said, and she has no support, she did all this, my feeling is, if I wait for somebody to support me, I'm not going to do anything.
That's very true. That's why a lot of things don't happen in France, because people wait for.
I know. I just figured tunnel
It's true.
vision.
But on the other hand,
It helps.
your festival is pretty unique the way you're doing it. And, you have the reputation, and you've got nothing to prove. And it's.
But money
it seems strange that you know, fashion schools as well, you know, should collaborate and put money into it.
I
because
know.
fashion So we just did just now. What are they called? I'm not very good with the fashion school, but with the Jeux de Paume, we did. Yes,
of course.
So they have a lot of money.
I know, and I asked before for that.
You know, we did. I mean, I was furious with the Jeux de Paume because we were going to do a whole talk on. Anyway, we had a whole thing built, and then they just suddenly arrive and they say, "Oh, we want to have a talk," because they like the publicity of the Jeux de Paume, and they gave money. And suddenly they arrived with their own photographer, with their own speakers, and with everything, which is good. But you know,
You couldn't control it.
I had invited Carla Tuzzani. You know, for me,
I know Carla Tuzzani.
you know, Carla is amazing. I think for me, she's one of the.
She is.
You know, she represents so much.
I know her from when I was a designer.
She's incredible, this lady, and she's so dignified, you know.
Very.
And the idea that I don't know, I was very annoyed that she'd been invited to something that I was not in control of anymore. But the conclusion is they have money and they have desire to do things and they want to be some surprise in that.
Well, I'll contact them again. It's been years since I contacted them. I contacted them when they were first in Austerlitz. Because it used to be
because
around.
now they are.
They combined with Chambre Syndicale.
That's it. Yeah.
And we went there thinking, okay, they're going to give us a space. And
Yes.
then, yeah, but then they wanted to charge. And I was like, oh, forget it. It's like, you know. So I didn't do anything with them and I never contacted them again. I know the director of the fashion part, Hans de Fuhrer. I think his name is Dutch or Belgian or something.
I'm surprised they're not desperate to have projects like this.
Me too. And we have a student.
How many of you then are, I mean, behind the is it just the three of you doing everything? Because it's a lot of work.
Basically,
yes.
me.
It's here. It's
Only.
And I
This is
have
a
my
lot of work.
friends that, you know, help for the actual, you know, Marco helps also for the actual festival. He is working very hard.
But just inviting people, getting in touch, and
Yeah.
the whole just practicality is a
No,
lifetime.
I need more people. But you know, because there is no money, it's like it's always people working.
Which is ironic because, I mean, from the outside it seems like there's so much money in fashion.
Well, there is money in fashion.
I mean,
Louis Vuitton, they took over half the city, you know.
Don't you think, I mean, I don't know anything about fashion, but don't you think that show is horrible?
Well,
Is that
I
okay
mean,
to say it?
Yes,
It is,
of course it's okay to say.
and things are the same because I mean, there are very few
It's
people who can say that.
Can we say it? I mean,
Yes, of course.
Rihanna is a horrible, disgusting person. She's revolting and insulting and rude.
And yeah, and she's the big image for it.
She's a rude person. I mean, maybe
Yeah, I
she
never
sings
met
well.
her
She's
personally.
I've never met her personally, but she's a very